What does a genetic counselor do? That is a fantastic question. Let's start by breaking this down into separate words, starting with one, genetics. What are genetics? Genetics is the study of our genes, or heredity, meaning the study of how traits and characteristics are passed from our parents onto us through changes in our DNA. You can think of DNA as a set of instructions that our body uses to create everything. So, what is counseling? Counseling is a professional relationship designed to empower individuals, groups, and families to help them accomplish their long-term goals. So let's put it together. Genetic counselors help counsel for our genetics. Because we inherit our DNA from our parents, we can also inherit susceptibilities they had, meaning our DNA determines what diseases we're susceptible to, as well as what diseases we may have. For this reason, it is the genetic counselor's job to educate and empower the patient about their own DNA, their own set of instructions, as well as giving them proper resources to make future health conscious decisions. So, for that reason, genetic counselors have a lot of different roles in the clinic. For one, they're teachers. Their main job is to educate and empower the patient on who they are, their blueprints. Everyone deserves to know who they are, especially from a genetic level. And not only does that help with future health conscious decisions, it helps patients control their own destiny. Along with that, there's different types of genetic counselors, meaning if you saw a genetic counselor for cancer, they would be a specialist within their field, and there may be a different genetic counselor for a different indication, such as cardiology. Along with that, genetic counselors are also experts in counseling. They have incredibly difficult conversations all the time. However, genetic counselors have to understand that although you take your patient's emotions into account, some questions and some answers are simply difficult, and it is important to progress with the conversation in the name of doing what is best for the patient. Finally, genetic counselors are in ways researchers and scholars. Genetic counselors are constantly learning and adapting their craft, and that leads to better patient care. Essentially, genetic counselors' jobs are to educate and empower you about your DNA. And after doing that, all they want to do is give you the resources and the opportunity to control your future health decisions. Genetic counselors counsel us on our DNA, the set of instructions that makes us us and helps us feel comfortable with it. I hope that helps.